he could be returning soon. The Eagles get reinforcements back into the offense.
A killer buried, but not dead.
Darren, we better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Look at these results. People are making free money. They're making thousands every month betting on sports completely risk-free. The secret, they're using OddsJam. OddsJam isn't just another betting app. It's turned the entire system in your favor. Here's how. OddsJam uses a strategy called arbitrage, finding odds differences across sports books. You bet both sides, and no matter the outcome, you will profit. Here's an example. If you put $500 on Boise State to win on FanDuel and $335 on their opponent, San Francisco, on DraftKings, you'll guaranteed to make $50, win or lose. It's that simple. With the OddsJam mobile app, you'll get real-time alerts on these opportunities every day. People are making thousands monthly. And to get you started, use code Joey for 35% off and a 7-day free trial. I guarantee you'll profit during the trial, and if you don't, cancel with one click. No questions asked. Don't leave money on the table. Go to oddsjam.com, use code Joey, and start making money the smart way. What is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So we have a lot to discuss regarding a certain individual returning to the Philadelphia Eagles so far on the season, okay? Britton Covey. Okay, we have a lot to talk about with him because he has been out for a while now. He broke his scapula, which is pretty much, I think that's the shoulder blade or a bone or a joint connected to the shoulder blade or something like that. So he was out about apparently he was going to be out 6 weeks. I think he got hurt, I think the third or fourth week of the season. I forgot which game it was. But Britton Covey's interesting in a lot of ways because he is the punt returner for this team. Dejean has been taking those snaps as of right now that, a lot of, Eagle fans are kind of like, they like him there, but, not really the smart move, but he's a big-time superstar on defense right now. Now, some news did come out from Martin Frank saying Eagles special teams coordinator Michael Clay hints there will be still be a role on punt returners for Cooper Dejean when Britton Covey returns from IR, perhaps in tandem. So far, no practice window open for Covey, so probably at least a week or two away. So it's obviously been more than 6 weeks. Britton Covey's an interesting player to me because I know he had a really good offseason program. But unfortunately, we knew he wasn't going to be the starting wide receiver 3. I have to give him credit for really pushing for the job. I mean, he beat out Anaya Smith. He beat out John Ross. He beat out a lot of guys. Okay. I'm hoping that they can extend him. I don't know when his contract is done with. It's got to be soon. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm trying to remember when his contract does end, but I'm hoping they do extend him because I think he brings a ton of value on special teams. But I got to say, if they were never getting Jahan Dotson involved, they're never getting certain guys involved, I feel like Britton Covey could be that gadget wide receiver on third downs, to do different things, whether it's end around, screen passes, slants, things like that. But you want to always throw to him in open space because I feel like his speed is bar none and nobody can catch him. Okay, last year in 2023, at the end of the year, I can appreciate they actually tried to get Britton Covey involved in the offense, but we were on our downfall. It just didn't work out. Our offense was a complete mess. The coaching was a mess. We know how the season ended last year. So I give them the props for that to try to get him involved. This year, different story. I think he's got 7 receptions on the year. He's got a couple first downs. I forgot what game it was that he had, I think, a first down. Another game he had another first down. So there were some really nice teases of what Covey can do in this offense because he has that speed. But like I said, he's 180 pounds. He can't take those big hits. That's why I don't put him on a screen pass. Don't put him like Devontae Smith on a screen pass where the guy's going to get killed pretty much as soon as he gets the ball. He can't take those big hits, and taking a big hit, took him out for more than 6 weeks of the season. So I really like how, they can use him I don't think anybody can really catch him when he's in open space. If you have linebackers if there's a defense that have linebackers that can't cover, you want to do some different things with him. That's awesome. I hope he's very involved in this offense because it seems like the Eagles feel comfortable in using him in the passing game, and that's a fantastic thing. Now, regarding the special teams, you know that Cooper Dejean has been taking over at punt return, and I've been very weary about it. I do like Cooper Dejean at punt returns a whole lot, but the problem with that is I don't care if it's a fair catch or not. Any given moment, he could take an unnecessary hit, a blindside, something like that, and it can come down to getting a concussion, or it can come down to, breaking a bone or anything like that. And then what happens is you lose him in your defense. You lose Cooper Dejean, you're in trouble. Okay, so am I a little nervous that there might be a tandem? If Michael Clay, special teams coordinator Michael Clay, is saying there might be a tandem for both of them, so maybe from game to game, or maybe for a half to another half, maybe they use Cooper Dejean, maybe they use Britton Covey, maybe for a first and second half. I don't know if I really like that much, to be honest with you, but I think part of it is a tandem. I think what they kind of want to do here is, because since Britton Covey is just coming back, they don't want him fully back. Like, they want him to do some punt returns, but they don't want him to fully be the punt return yet. So maybe they're going to ease Covey into that full role because he's coming off the injury. They don't want to put too much of a workload on him when he comes back. So they want to slowly get him in there. So he's, because he hasn't played football in a while, the physical part of it, practice, all that stuff. Now, he has been running around and stuff like that, so it's a great thing. He's been doing, the practice window has opened for Britton Covey, so he will be doing some stuff by himself on the field. And we've seen some video of that the last few weeks. So he looks good, trying to keep himself in shape. But I think, get Cooper Dejean off these punt returns as fast as possible. I'm still waiting for a punt return touchdown this year, hopefully. Dejean has fit in very well. I don't know why they don't use Will Shipley for punt returns, or any other players. Just makes no sense. I don't think they trust Ainias Smith because he has fumbled in the offseason program. I don't trust him on punt returns. I don't trust Ainias Smith in his vision because his vision looked really bad. Ainias Smith just looked bad, period, okay? And he's back now, so hopefully, I know they're trying to work Ainias Smith in with these end arounds, these little cute plays they do with Ainias Smith. I don't think this is the year to use Ainias Smith or try to get him involved. If I'm using Jahan Dotson, get him involved before Ainias Smith. Let Ainias Smith be a player next offseason that they could get, let him have another offseason under his belt and do some different things. And I think that's where it's really going to be important. Okay, so I think you'll have what it looks like the idea of Cooper Dejean and Britton Covey kind of sharing the punt return duties. I'm hoping that's the case until Britton Covey is fully like good to go, and he doesn't have too much on his plate in the beginning when he comes back off of injury. I guess that's what it means. I don't know, but I have a feeling that Fangio and Michael Clay have been butting heads a little bit on Cooper Dejean being on the punt returns. Fangio said a couple weeks ago, he hates it. He doesn't like that. I mean, it makes sense because you lose Cooper Dejean, and guess who comes back? Avonte Maddox comes right back to the fold, and you have a liability at that inside corner spot. And I don't think anybody wants that at all. So that's where we are with that bit of news. Britton Covey. I want Britton Covey involved. It seems like they are comfortable with him in the offense because they have given him 7 receptions this year. Pretty quick, in a matter of a few weeks, they've done that. So, and that's more than I think Jahan Dotson's finally hit 7-8 receptions for the year since he's been here, since he got traded before the season started. So it feels like just being comfortable, the offense, or maybe the coaches feel comfortable with the connection of Hurts and Covey. It's great. I think this is a really good receiver. I think he's a really good gadget guy offensively, and you got that special teams pedigree with him. So it's great to see that. So didn't want to make that sound confusing, but if Michael Clay wants to start both of these guys for games and have like one punt returner for one half, a different punt returner for another half, I guess it works. I guess, but we'll see what happens when he comes back in a couple weeks, which is great. If he's back for that Ravens game, it'd be fantastic. But no hurry for Covey to come back. Let him take as much time as possible. Still have a lot of season left, and we're ready. We're ready to do the last 7 games of the season, so we're ready to go with him. Now, an interesting thing, and this is really not really off topic, but it looks like Joe Douglas of the New York Jets has been fired. Okay, obviously Robert Saleh gone. Robert Saleh's gone, Joe Douglas is gone. Remember, Joe Douglas was the right-hand man of Howie Roseman for the Philadelphia Eagles for a few years. Obviously, he was here during the Super Bowl run as well. I don't know. I heard from a couple content creators, I guess, that maybe Joe Douglas, I guess, wasn't all in on Jalen Hurts at one point, and there was some friction. So I'm not really sure if that's true or not. Maybe there was, not really sure. Theoretically, look, Joe Douglas went to the Jets. Being the right side of Howie Roseman, he looked really good, won a Super Bowl, got players in the building, went to the Jets, and pretty much when he got there was a bunch of free agents signed. So the Jets were going through a bunch of big signings. The last GM that was there, it's weird because the Jets actually had their GM there before Joe Douglas got there. The GM went through a draft, drafted guys, and signed free agents, and Joe Douglas got there pretty much when everything was kind of done and locked in, so he really couldn't make moves his first couple years, really, when he was there. But he made some good moves, but obviously head coaching has been bad, play calling has been bad, all that. So the Jets have just been falling apart, and now Joe Douglas is out the building. So wondering if Howie Roseman would like to bring him back in as an assistant or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if these two like each other. I'm not really sure. Okay. They obviously did trade negotiations with them to get, Hassan Reddick over there. So maybe I think they have good relations with the New York Jets. I don't see why not. I think Joe Douglas and Howie like each other. So I don't think there's any friction or anything like that. There's been rumors about they've had different decisions, or on draft day they haven't been on the same page on drafting the same type of guys. And if that's the case, do not bring him back, because Howie Roseman is finally taking over the show 100%. Okay, and it might seem stupid. We've talked about this a million times, but I'm trying to figure out that Steelers GM. I forgot the Steelers GM. I forgot what Andy Weidel was, another guy that was with Howie Roseman, the right-hand man that was bumping heads with Howie Roseman. Andrew Barry went to the Browns. He was another right-hand man for Howie Roseman that did really well. So it seems like, these assistants around Howie, whether they're scouts or they're assistant general managers or something like that, they seem to be getting a lot of credit, and teams have interest in bringing them as GMs. So, it seems like any type of success around Howie Roseman gets those guys out of the building to have bigger jobs with other organizations. So like I said, this is just this. There's nothing rumor here or anything like that. This is just me throwing it out there. Like, would he come back? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the time comes. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we cover the Eagles every single day, and like the video. It helps the channel tremendously. And we got a big week this week. Sunday night against the LA Rams in LA. Big game for the Eagles. Can they win their 7th straight? We'll be going over them later in the week, and all of that great stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that. Let me know what you guys think about Britton Covey, and what do you guys see in Britton Covey? Do you think Hurts is more comfortable with him than any of the other backup receivers that we have on this team so far? Do you think Cooper Dejean should share punt return duties or should be a full-time punt returner? You guys let me know. I'm not a big fan of it. I think we all know this, and just let me know what you guys think. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Shakes what up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.